morning.
Good morning. How was your fourths?
It was all right.
Yeah.
Little crazy, but I'm in the packing, get ready to drive Angela to Louisiana. So,
Yep.
yep.
Leaving.
But I did leave and even though I was exhausted and went and sat with some people that I don't know, and they said, "You're a realtor? Can you sell my house now, today?" I said, "I can sell your house, but not today. It'll take a little longer than that."
That's pretty funny. That's really cool. So,
Yeah.
anyway, yep. All right, Craig, what you got for good news?
Well, on Saturday, I showed
Lake
my listing.
property.
Yeah,
It's so pretty. Not
thanks.
with thunder. You keep on going. I'm sorry. I saw the pictures and I'm like, gosh, that's pretty.
Yeah, so I showed that to a couple. We went in and looked at 3 more properties. We had 4 lined up. We went and looked at 3 more. And they actually put an offer in on one of the properties for 1.15 million.
Nice.
Ooh, all
That's
right.
terrible.
Yeah.
Awful, Craig.
Awesome. Awful.
So,
All right.
yeah.
Only 1 point. No, I'm kidding.
So
That's right.
that's the good part.
Loser.
Right. Right.
And so
Was it accepted?
it was not.
Okay.
Oh,
It was not
That's
accepted.
okay.
We were beat out by a full price cash offer.
Oh,
Of,
cash too.
Yeah,
Damn.
$1 million cash. They that beat us out, which was still cool,
Mhm.
It was fun, being able to even do that and building a relationship with this couple now. And yeah, so they're looking on the lake. So hopefully we can find them something. It's not really anything out there now that fits their checks their boxes, because he needs extra garage space. So he wants to be able to build another garage, or either this one had it all. It had like a 6-car garage.
Mm.
Yeah,
They're
swimming
hard
pool.
to find the really, I know because my father-in-law wanted that also. And there's not many in the market and the car guys want them.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, they go fairly quickly when you see those big. Yeah. So he ended up, I think, with like I think he ended up with a 4-car that he built another one on to house everything else. And then he still has lifts inside of it to hold the rest of the cards. you know?
Gotcha. Yeah,
I
then it
hear
was
there's 50 acres
2.4
coming,
acres
Craig.
alone. Huh?
I hear there's 50 acres coming for sale, Craig.
But he doesn't want to build.
He wants it done. He just wants the
Yeah.
garage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I already
he's totally
mentioned
fine.
building, and he was like, no, he doesn't want to build. But this had 2 acres of land, and it was a HOA, but it
Mhm.
was laxed, and the HOA was only like $28 a month.
Boy.
Yeah.
Would be good.
Wow. Yeah. Ours is cheap, but they are not lax. So there's, yeah. But it is what it is. So, but congratulations, Craig.
Thanks.
You deserve somebody are they easy and fun to work with?
They are.
I
Yeah,
love
good people.
that. Yep. And you deserve that to
blessing.
deal with your divorce case and your pain in your rear on that side. So
I know. And
Yeah.
and he knows his stuff too. So
Mhm.
yeah, cool guy.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool beans. All right. Bree, last for but not least, or save the best for
Yes.
hear it.
Oh, yeah, I know. So I had a couple that I helped last year, like a year and a half ago.
Mhm.
And I've been going through my sphere, reconnecting and asking who else can I help. And I got their parents.
Oh,
Nice.
I love that.
So
Very
yeah.
cool.
So
All
I
right.
am there, and they've been working on their credit the whole year.
So buyers or credit. So
Buyers.
buyers. Okay.
Yeah, yep. So I'm going to set up an appointment with them this week.
Congrats. Very nice
Thank
all
you.
the way around. I have one question before we go into challenges, and I'm just curious, and there's no right or wrong answer, so I'm literally just curious. When you guys show multiple properties, do you start at the one that you think is the best, that they're gonna love the most, or do you start at the one that you think that they're gonna hate and end with the one that's best? Or is there like no rhyme or reason, or do you let them choose? Like, how do you guys do that when you have multiples to go look at?
I do it according to geography.
So do I.
You know, like I started the furthest one and work our way in. But if there are two that are close, you know, then that's when I'm a little bit more strategic about it. But it's all about gas efficiency.
Gotcha. Anybody else do anything different? I know Dutch does that too. What do you do, Anna?
No,
I
I don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was what you're raising your hand for.
I show them the best and I tell them I'm going to show you the best first because this is what you asked for. And I'm not going to be surprised if you don't write an offer on the first one. Then we don't have to go see 2, 3, and 4, except just for elimination.
Gotcha. Okay. And then Anna, what do you do out of curiosity?
For me, love, I have two different strategies. One is no strategy except for time and efficiency. So what I do is I map out all of the properties they're interested in seeing, and we go check them out based on proximity to each other, just so we can be done earlier. But for those that are looking for like fixer-upper type of homes, or think they want fixer-upper homes, but based on what they're telling me, they don't have an appetite to do the work, and they send me really crappy properties, I take them to the horrible, crappy ones first, and then them to the one after that. I exhaust the hell out of them to where like they're like, oh my God, this is so not gonna work. This is so shitty, but okay, I'm gonna have to make do. This is what I wanted. And then at the end, I'm like, or you could have this. And it's usually like a new construction where it's like all done, all ready to go. Warranties are in for you. And then right then and there, they're like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like, this is it. So that's the strategy that's been working for that class of people. But then the other ones are like, they're about the same, similar price ranges, similar type of condition. For those, I map it out based on proximity.
I love that. I love that you wear the other people down. That is absolutely perfect. Even if it's nothing but fixers, but the last one's decent, you know what I mean? Maybe
Exactly.
That's a brilliant strategy. I do more like what Dutch used to do or does. I mean, I used to do what Dutch does do. And I took it from my aunt because my aunt was my very first real estate agent. So I'm really lucky because she was just awesome. And I had 15 houses. She was about 70 years old though. And she just looked at me. They were in 3 separate areas, cities, because I didn't really care what city I lived in. And she goes, honey, I'm old. Pick one neighborhood. And I was like, all right, this neighborhood. And she goes, no, pick the nicest one in the neighborhood. And that's where we're going to start. And I was like, okay. And I didn't know. I was like, all right. So we picked the first one, or the nicest one. And I walked in and I said, literally, you know, I'm like, this is it. And she goes, you have to go look at other stuff. And I'm like, I'm not looking at anything else. Now, she really pushed, and I just was like, no, I'm not doing it. Now, the differences between me and a regular client is by that time in my life, I'd already lived in, I don't know, 25 or 30 houses or some crazy amount like that. So like I knew good bones. I knew, you know, that kind of stuff. And this ticked every single box. It was what I call a grandma house. It just needed to be fixed up. But that never left me of what she did and how she started me like that. And so that's what I do with people actually also. In the beginning, I did the whole geographical thing and mapped it all out. But then I'm like, no, that's not what Aunt June did to me. She put me in my favorite. And then, so what I started doing is the favorite, if we looked at other stuff, we do favorite and then we go geographically. And then whichever one I had them, they knew they fell in love with favorite probably. I'm like, let's just go back and go look at it one more time, just to go cement it in our head. And that's when I closed on them on that one. So that's kind of how we do it. And I was just curious to what you guys do. Because I know
that's a really, really good strategy for people who've been in the game, for people who know what they're looking for, not the first time buyers. I feel like not those that are, maybe. Let's start with the cheapest options, because I feel like if I take them to the best one in the beginning, it's going to be above their price range, and they're going to be like, no, let's just keep looking.
We don't want to. We want to.
Exactly. And but with the second time buyers or experienced buyers, I had a guy that literally we had like 14 showings in one day. It took us no more than like a minute in each one. He walked through, he's like,
That's
nope,
what I do too. I
next
do
one,
15
nope.
and boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But then the first timers, like, oh my God, 45 minutes in one place.
Per house.
Let me-
Per
I
house.
know. I know. It's crazy. So for those, I feel like the wear down method works better. But
I like
it's-
that too. Here's another trick that we always did. So they always had a clipboard. So give me a clipboard, if especially because way back when that was rode with me. But I like that also. If I can, I still like that because I want the chatter in between. I want to hear what they're talking about. I want to get a really good feel. So I had a clipboard and I had all the properties in order and I printed in our MLS, you could do this half sheet of information that was blank on the other half. And I wanted that because I wanted them to put their notes on it because you'll forget your houses. If you look at more than like 3, most people will forget. But once we looked at house number 2, I literally had the 2 pieces of paper and I'm like, all right, which one of these is the house? And I'm like, which one do you like better? Well, I like this one better. And then I would take that other piece of paper and I would crumple it up and I just toss it behind me. And they'd be like, and I'm like, you buying 2 houses? Nope, we're only buying 1. Okay, well, that one's the best then. And we're going to keep, because that way it kept them focused in on the best. And then the last thing I always asked was, so then we went back and looked at best. And then I always asked this, I said, if you lose this, is it going to hurt? And if they even paused to think about it, because if they were like, nope, then that's not it. But if they even paused, I'm like, we're writing. And then we wrote on it. And that's what I did to keep them honed down into one. Because I really disliked, we need to go see everything on the market. You can't, but you think you can, but you can't. So there's just another trick I used. And you steal it, don't steal it, whatever works with you guys. I really like your wearing people down, Anna. I really do like that one. That's an awesome one. Okay, challenges. What is there? What do you guys got for challenges?
I have one.
Good, because you know what I was going to ask next if it went.
No, what were you gonna ask?
Yeah, you know.
I have
You
no
and I both
idea.
know. You and I both know, Craig.
Yeah.
I have no idea, really.
You're so fun. What you got, hun?
So, in the where they're looking at, these guys are looking on Greenwood Lake. I'm not a part of the MLS.
Be careful.
So I was wondering what's the best way. I was gonna, just stay in contact with them, but what would you suggest? Because I can't send them. It's not like I can send them listings, through KV Core or anything, because I'm not a part of this MLS.
But
Usually
who
what I
is?
do is, I'll find them on realtor.com or something like that, and I'll send them like that. But what's the best way to stay engaged, I guess?
So your Greenwood people, those are the ones looking for the lakefront million plus.
Yeah, and they live out of town.
Okay.
They live in Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, gotcha. So they're out of state, out of town.
Yeah.
Yep. So you just mentioned one. You mentioned realtor.com.
Yep.
That's one. That's pretty accurate. Has any of you guys? Wow. Have any of y'all tested Really Flow, who has a listed section? Has anyone tested that? I've not tested that to see. I know that they have a listed because I'm in there all the time looking for searches and I know they have listed. You don't have the MLS to compare, but you do have another MLS to compare to and see if it's kind of there, but that might get you stuff too.
What do you mean?
Really Flow?
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
You can put a search of listed property.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, that's another option. What would another option? I would definitely. Okay, I'm gonna back up. Do you want to stay in contact with them?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool beans. All right, opening up. What do you guys think for staying in contact?
On KV Core, Craig, we have that homeownership app thing. You can send them an invite to download your app and just look through the phone. Basically gives you a lot more credibility as a buyer's agent, to where, it looks like you have your own customized app. And I don't believe they restrict it to your MLS. I think it works just like realtor.com app. I think I haven't played around with it, so that's something that I could check. but it's one way to where like you invite them to download the app and then let them know, hey, download the app, look through it. And if they say, hey, nothing's coming up, then in that case, I would just do like Redfin. I like the format that Redfin gives, Redfin or
Me too.
Realtor.com.
Yeah.
You could just set search alerts manually to you and then manually send it to them. And that'll give you an opportunity to sort of check in with them on a more personalized level. Because it seems like they're high ticket clients. So I wouldn't mind doing the extra work for them.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
that also because you can, there's easy talk around that of look your concierge level. And I know what you're looking for, especially after spending some time with you showing these 5 properties. I'm going to be filtering through and sending you the best of the best so that you're not wasting your time on stuff that's not going to line up.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
especially because that way you can be looking for, is there extra property? Can we extend out the garage either direction or even up, or can we slap another garage on there? You can be looking at possibility stuff in addition to, you know, the no brainer. This has got a 4-car garage already on it when, you know, in 2 acres, that's easy, you know, and no HOA or whatever. So that gives you that, this is what I do for my concierge clients.
Gotcha.
I have a question, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Is the area that they're looking in, the MLS area that they're looking in, an area you want to do business in? Would it be easy for you to do business in?
Yeah, I mean, I
Or are
live
you
here.
joining it?
I live here, but no, I refuse to join it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, that was, you know, if it was worth your while to join it as a secondary whatever,
Yeah. I've been
then
working around it for years, for 15 years. So
Right.
yeah, I have my personal reasons for not joining. I won't give them my money.
I figured that there was something, but the other thing is if there's that, you can check through maybe Honey Badgers and see if there's another EXP agent and work out a deal where they
Um,
send you stuff.
yeah, I have an agent. I have a few agents here. They're not honey badgers, of course. Um,
Right.
you know, even we have about 4 or 5 other EXP agents. So I mean, I can get information from them.
Right.
That's no problem. I can, even the other agents, the listing agents are pretty good at, you know, I can call them and get the info from them. My thing is, you know, I don't want it to be personalized to another agent when I send
Exactly.
people.
Exactly.
Right. So yeah, so Redfin, Realtor.com, Really Flow allows you to be sorting through those and then concierge servicing that over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
I
go
do
ahead.
have Redfin for myself, and I have it set up for different alerts. A lot of it is land.
Mhm.
So I do have it set up for that. I like Redfin a lot.
It's so easy. I mean, they really nailed the app for the customer experience. They
Yeah.
really did. They nailed that. What about also, does Really Flow, can you send out to get all branding off of it? If you found the properties on, you know, Redfin or whatever search you wanted to, but you go over to Really Flow and pull them up, does that remove all branding off of it and just give them more detail than even anything else? Because if that doesn't, you can send something like that with massive detail attached to it. That might be even like, and then the talk again just goes around that of, yeah, you know, everybody else uses the other stuff, but we have the most amazing program ever, and it's only for our team, and you're going to get way more information.
Yeah.
So just, yeah, whatever you do, think about how to spin the verbiage around it.
Yeah. And then so now that I know that, you know, what he really wants, they can go up to 1.5 million.
Mhm.
He doesn't want to go past 1.2.
Mhm.
So I'll just start going and looking at properties for him.
Exactly. That gets you inside of everything anyway, and it's a great way to be connecting with people and blah, 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 and all the rest of the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. I loved previewing properties because that's where I picked up when they went expired or whatever happened to them. That's when I picked them up all the time because I knew them. I knew everything that was going on in that area.
Gotcha. It was surprising that on $1 million house, it was so many offers at one time. You know, it's multiple offers on this house. It
Mhm.
was 2 offers the first day it hit the market. And that was on Friday. It hit the market on Friday. And they said they were gonna take highest and best on Monday. Didn't show Saturday and Sunday because of the holiday. They had people in town.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it ended up, it had 5 or 6 different offers on it.
Craig, you just said something that got my brains going. Go through and run the trends report on that specific, what they're looking for, that specific area that they're
Mhm.
looking in. But run trends report, run it 2 ways, run it on the whole area, but then run it again on the multiple garage situation, or to see, which there probably won't be much, but look at those days on market and see what those trends are showing up, because then you're prepping your client for, look, exactly what you're looking for. That property that we just lost out on, that's what's going to be happening every single time. So I just want you guys prepared. I run the reports. I want to show you how this works, but I want you prepared. When we find it, we have to come in strong, and we have to come in immediately. But go do a little bit of digging around there to see kind of what's going on, and just prep your clients, because then when it does, you know, you don't have them going, well, yeah, I can go to 1.5, but I don't want to go above 1.2. And like, they need to know that scarcity mindset of, it's not, nothing we find is going to last here. It's just not.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that is a bit surprising. I mean, but it is, I mean, I went on and looked around the area once you told me about the pines and looked out there. It's beautiful out there. It really is. And I think
It's
the
really
best.
nice.
Yeah, it's all the best of all weather, warm summers, wintry, cold, all seasons, all that kind of stuff. Matter of fact, Greg and I have talked, like, if we ever leave Florida, we're looking up and towards sort of that, because I can do winter if it's this long. That's all I can do, man. I can't do longer than that.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep. And there's times when I see you and I'm wearing like a t-shirt and shorts or whatever, and you're still in a jacket, and I'm like, might be a little bit long.
Oh, what? Listen, I'm a little different like that. So,
Are you cold all the time?
no, when I work out in the mornings, a lot of times I put my jacket on. Yeah, when I'm done.
Do you get, after your workout, do you chill real quick?
Yeah.
I do too. After I work out, then for like an hour afterwards, I mean, I'm warm when I'm first done, but then I chill down really quickly and I stay cold for a while. It takes me a while to warm back up. Yeah, okay. All right. Fair enough then, because I've seen you in a coat a lot of times and I'm like, so
No,
anyway.
it's not that cold, believe me.
Okay, cool. Cool beans. All right. Has anybody else got anything?
I potentially do.
Okay,
As
potential.
we've been talking, I have thought about something, because I got a call from the gentleman that I've been talking with for years on this piece of property that I told you they didn't have all their ducks in the row. Nothing big, but it's an acre. And the structure that's on it is either going to have to be redone or whatever. And he called me this past week and said, I just want you to know that I found my paperwork. I found where I got the authorization to send this. And I said, well, he said, so you can go put a sign up. I said, I need that paper in hand, a copy of it.
Right.
And I said, and there's paperwork we have to sign before I can stick something up.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants what the tax assessment is out of it. The last I knew, that's what he wants.
Right.
And it's like 40 grand is what it boils down to. Because there is a well and septic and that structure, whatever it is.
Right.
I don't know if any of those things are good at this point, but they're there. And the cat's tearing my door up, so excuse me. So my thought is whether or not I should buy it as an investment, get it done quick, and then put something else on it, or structure it so that I can put a couple of different things on it and, resell or whatever.
That's a Gary.
That's a Gary.
Gary's so good at that. Yeah, set an appointment with Gary. Whenever it has to do with the should I buy an investment or not, I just defer straight over to Gary. I mean, you guys can pipe in all you want, but I'm straight over to Gary because Gary is like a 5-minute phone call and he's like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, okay, cool. Now I know. You
Yeah, I
know?
think he does better with you, but
Well, even when I sold this, okay, sure, he's not a 5-minute, but even when I sold this chunk of property, yeah, even when I sold this
Yeah.
chunk of property, I was like, hey,
Get
Gary,
an appointment.
yeah, and here's what I'm thinking. And he was like, yeah, just sell it. You know, because it's not worth much. It doesn't make sense to put the properties together for that area. It's probably not gonna rise in value, you know what I mean? It's not, he's like, yeah, just recoup some of your expenses and then move on, you know? Keep the other one. So I saw this thing where I saw it preparing for a Zoom and it was a cartoon, but they had the cat taped to the wall. And I'm like, that's
I
about
got one.
yeah, that's about right. Cat taped to the wall. All right. Hey, grateful for all of you. I hope to have amazing days and amazing days tomorrow as well. And congratulations working on your buyers. Keep on going on your databases and getting those up and going. Mine is, she's stuck on me because I haven't, I sorted it out, but now I have to I got to tag all the people. It's probably a good project to be working on this weekend, just tagging all those people. In addition to my 10 other projects that are going on, but I think that's probably a good one that needs to come up higher so we can get going on that puppy and so that I can be in alignment with what I'm talking about also, which is super important. Okay, you guys have amazing days and I will see you Friday